Welcome back to Talk That Talk with Meesh Jay. I'm Meesh. To the left of me is my bro Jay.
Yep.
Look, if you are new here, please like, comment, and subscribe. And if you are true here, you already know what to do. Get your smokes, get your drinks, and make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Your ass should already be
Subscribe.
All right. We are back and we are black. Look, we trying to get 1,000 subscribers, y'all. So please, if you tuned in, you like this episode, make sure you like, comment, and most especially subscribe. All right?
That's right. Please subscribe. So, yeah. We need those subscribers. You know I don't like begging, but God damn it, I'm begging. I'm begging now.
Begging now.
We came too far. We need to see it go up. 1,000 subscribers, please. Just click. It's free. Get it.
That's
remote.
it.
Free. Free of charge. We love y'all. Please.
Yes. And we're going to give y'all that content, okay? Mm-hmm. Trending Topics Podcast. You don't like a topic today, you don't like a topic tomorrow. So please, we follow everything. We're giving you all the variations of everything. So please, just stick with us. Chill with us. You don't have to drink and smoke either. All right? That's it. It's a little tidbit. Mm-hmm. Oh, all right, bro. What's up? What's going on?
Well, Thanksgiving is over. Now we're in the Christmas. Got to get in the Christmas spirit.
That's right.
Are you in the Christmas spirit?
No.
No. Me neither.
I'm absolutely not.
I can care less about Christmas. I don't know where it came in at. I used to love Christmas. I couldn't wait to get in the spirit, hear the music, and decorate.
Now, is this as an adult or as a child? It's expected.
No. I'm talking about, okay. For me, it lasted all the way until, I'm going to say about 35. 35. Then it started to taper off.
Okay.
So once I turned 40, I don't care.
Yeah.
The spirit, trust me, I love Christmas. I do.
Yeah.
But I care less. But I'm still mad because I had 2 stockings, one that Janae made when she was young, and I can't find them. I know they're in here, and I usually just put that up. And I was thinking about buying a tree. I ain't buying no damn tree. Yeah. But I got Bruno some stuff for over here. I got him some Christmas stuff for him. But I
pish tosh for sure.
I love the Grinch. Trust me, I love the Grinch.
The Grinch that stole Christmas.
Yeah, but it's a cool holiday. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
it is a cool holiday, but it's just doing too much.
Yeah, I mean, I think that right now, this is how I feel about it. I think that it's just entirely too expensive right now, everything.
Oh, yeah.
And I think that, you want to be giving, but you also do not want to be in debt. And I think that that's where that comes from, where if you be too giving, you get in debt. And now you're going into the next following year trying to figure all that out. And then you still, guess what? Gently go and approach your ass right back to Christmas again, where you're going to end up back in the same cycle. Right. That's what you don't want.
The problem is those credit cards.
Yeah,
they're going in and swiping them cards like it's free money. Yeah, and it ain't. Because they want their money.
You got to get it back.
And the interest and all that, and it's going to take you forever to pay back one Christmas. Yeah. By the time the next Christmas come around, you still owe for the last Christmas.
I mean, it could be like that if you go crazy like that, and I think also that's not included because it ain't just Christmas. But what if, if you don't have enough left in your paycheck, you paying for things that you just genuinely want and need. Like, grocery store run. I don't have it on my card, but I need to go to the grocery store and get some shit real quick. Now you don't put $150 on the card on the grocery. You know what I'm saying? And now you got to pay that back. And then boom, whatever else you choose to do. And so I think that y'all don't fall into the trap. There's a reason why you go to school and they don't teach you about credit cards. Because when your ass get out, they make sure when you're 18, you're going to get one. And when you do, you're going to think it's free money. Okay? If nobody taught you, you're going to find out, and then your ass will be in debt more money than you can pay back. So please, be careful with that. They're useful.
It's crazy because I remember I was young and I was trying to get a card, but they wouldn't give it to me because I had no credit.
Yeah.
And I used to get pissed off. How am I going to get credit if y'all don't give me a card? Blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
But shit, now I wish I had never got a hold of one.
Man.
I wish I never got a hold of one.
Because now, me too.
You got to pay back and all that old stuff. Once I got it, and then the credit card can be addictive too.
Yeah, and they give you more money.
And then
they see you paying your bills.
And that's me. That's
me.
Every time I pay on time, I pay everything this year. And I'm like, well, how the hell I get an extra $2,000?
You got extra.
I didn't ask for that.
Yeah.
God.
And when you get that extra money, you like, damn, I need that extra money. And then now you owe more. Okay, you still ain't paid back the shit you owed before. Okay, so yeah, please be careful, y'all. I mean, that's just, I ain't even gonna lie, it's addictive. So please be careful. That's what messes you up. And also, for me, it's also the uncertainty of the future when it comes to like 2026, 2027. You see, the groceries are getting more expensive. You know, car notes. If y'all are looking to get another car, that car note is going to be essentially more expensive this year than it was last year or the year before that because of tariffs and things. So be mindful.
Yeah.
Buying houses, buying new cars. I mean, if you have to, do your thing.
Yeah.
But if you don't have to, stop and stay. Motherfuckers, please stop and stay.
And you know what's crazy about the cars and shit? You buy a new car, right? Like I got Vader out there. That's a 23, so I bought it new.
Yeah.
Right? And then if you a type of person that get like 3, 4, 5 years in, you probably got like 2 years left on it, right?
Yeah.
But the car starts to decline. But your credit's so good, you could just walk in there and get you a new car.
Like that.
Yeah, and then next you know, you back paying more car notes. Instead of just riding the car
out the one you got. Yeah.
Yeah, or even the ones that refinance. Because you refinance, you bring your note down. Yep. But you still gonna be paying later on. You
even longer.
Paying, even though you're trying to get rid of it.
I refuse to do that.
I know. I was looking. I ain't gonna lie. I was looking for a minute.
Yeah.
Then I seen. I said, "Oh hell no! 3 more years at it. I see it's cheaper, but is it worth it?
Is it
still paying that junk?
Like, you didn't want it gone. Period.
Yeah.
That's just
it ain't worth it. Just because pay the drink and go.
You also going to be paying interest. You know, I'm sure anybody who watches our podcast, like you pretty much a grown adult, so you pretty much know all this information. Mm-hmm. But if you happen to be a youth coming across our channel, this is real gold and real juice we dropping right now. Let you know that yes,
life shit.
If you are between the ages of 18 and 25, don't fall into the trap.
Oh yeah.
Of the cycle of keep buying cars and getting car notes and keep and the refinancing trap and the loan traps.
Yeah.
And the credit card traps. These are all traps to keep you in debt or keep you in a cycle of now you trapped. You know, you don't have no financial freedom when you're bound by contracts, financial contracts. So that's just an important tidbit, you know.
Like Biggie said, more money, more problem.
More money, more problem. And look, and also if you are a parent, because I know a lot of older people may watch our channel, like please pass this information on. Share this with your youth, your teenagers, or people who just coming out of college or in college and they yet have got a credit card or they've yet to got a car. Inform them. Look, it's hard out here. Just because motherfuckers out here looking like they balling out of control, they swiping.
There you
go. No swiper.
That's right.
Swiping, no swiper.
Them little chains that they got, all that nice $200-$300 sweaters and all that. Them shoes belong to you. They ain't paying that in cash.
Hell no. And if they are, what they dealing drugs? They selling them drugs?
Exactly. It's only one or two things, and you definitely swiping your card. Yeah. Unless you making, unless you GS14 in the government making over $200,000.
Yeah, and you really do today. These days have to be making that kind of money because just simply making $60,000 is not cutting it anymore.
Oh hell no!
It's no money.
It's no way.
You know.
My man, look.
Like, man,
this guy at my job tried to offer me a job, right? Sent the what you call it, anyway, he sent the little job announcement. And look, I said, it don't say 60 something. I said, dude, you trying to make me homeless?
Yeah.
I said, I'll just smack the gray off your beard.
Yeah.
For sending me that. Are you crazy?
Yeah.
And so some people don't know how much you make. You know what I mean? They think you ain't making nothing. And and I don't walk around flashy and do all that stuff, so I just do my thing. But like, no, I mean, no thanks, but no thanks.
Yeah.
Because 60,000 gonna put me in the street.
It's hard to step down.
Oh yeah, you can.
When you've already got past that,
right?
Ain't no way somebody could offer you that kind of money.
And that's what scares. That's what scares me the most.
Yeah.
Because I ain't gonna say I was happier, but you know, when you making this much money, you can maintain a little bit. You ain't got to worry about worry. But when you started, when my money started to boost up, and I'm at where I'm at now I'm like, okay, now I got to hold on because I cannot go back.
You can't go back.
If I go back, I am fucked.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yeah, and that's no bullshit.
There's no way.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So sometimes when you make a lot of money, it can be hard on you. You got to try to maintain and do the right thing, keep your job.
Yeah.
Yep. And all this other stuff.
Mm-hmm.
There ain't no going back. You can, but you're gonna be working 2 jobs or 3 jobs.
You go back, because the lifestyle you've been able to achieve.
There you go.
With the more money, you ain't gonna be able to uphold that lifestyle anymore, which is something that a lot of celebrities have an issue with. That's why a lot of celebrities, they end up in a bind doing what they have to do because they're like, oh damn, do I want to go back to the regular life I was living before I actually got up here? And so therefore they do curious and compromising things so that they can stay where they need to stay. But that's celebrity. That's different because they be in a different kind of debt. That ain't a debt I can handle. I can't handle being in debt $1 million now. Y'all, celebrities be in some real debt. Y'all think them motherfuckers really make money? They don't. They be in real debt. They be in debt that you won't even be able to think about. So, yeah, they be in debt that you couldn't even think about. So that's why I'm like, yeah, a lot of them, they do what they got to do. You see a lot of them, you be thinking that they should be retired or they done made all this money. You see them doing commercials. You see them doing commercials. You know what I'm saying?
And speaking of what you're saying, I was looking up this. I saw this earlier today, and I had to really look it up real quick. Odell Beckham Jr. played for the Giants. The big football wide receiver for the NFL. He said $100 million was not enough for him.
I mean, today, you think
that's crazy. $100 million?
You can wipe
you give me $100 million right now. Well, and it's really hard to say because I don't got it. So I don't know if you give me $100 million, what I'm gonna do after that.
Yeah.
But you give me $100 million right now, I'm good. There's no way I should be able to run through that.
Well, the thing is, $100 million is a lot of money, but it won't be because we've all ran through that kind of money and didn't know it.
Yeah, that's
it's
true.
Just we've gotten it over time.
Oh yeah,
as opposed to somebody getting a lump sum of $100 million.
Yeah.
And so now it's like, okay, I'm gonna spend on this, spending that. Once you spend all of that, though, right? And it's possible to spend all of that with your lifestyle. You got to maintain that forever. $100 million in this climate is not a lot of money. So you have to invest and you got to flip that money and double that money and triple that money. So if you don't have the skills to flip the money, double the money, triple the money, then yeah, you're going to lose the money.
Mm-hmm.
And that's just the truth. So that's why a lot of people who get that kind of money, even if they win a lottery or whatever, they're not rich forever. That's temporary money because you don't know how to maintain that kind of money. A lot of millionaires, not only do they have other things, they have stocks and bonds. Mm-hmm. They have trusts. Mm-hmm. They have things that appreciate with value. They are not buying things that depreciate. Or if they do have, they have a few assets, but they have things that appreciate with value so that in case they don't have the money, boom, boom. You feel me? They can grow their money. They grow that. They double that. They triple that. And that's the key to actually having a lot of money as opposed to just spending it all up in one fell swoop. Yeah. Because a lot of people who don't have money, that's exactly what they do.
Right.
I need this, I need that. Oh, now I got to buy my mama a house. I got to buy so-and-so this. I'm going to buy this car. And this is somebody
and the family and friends.
They milking you. And the family and friends like, oh, man, you got me. And boom, before you know it, you done gave it all out. Yeah. You don't have shit. And then you done gave it all up and you still this and that. You taking trips because you need to do that too. And do things for yourself. And then after that, you're screwed.
Right.
So I think that's the part that they don't tell you. Yet again, they're not teaching you the game. But the game is that you need to get an accountant if you can. Somebody you trust, not somebody, but a real accountant. Somebody you could trust who can either maintain your money for you and give it to you in false. Because if you get that kind of money and you never had it before, you spend it. You run it right on through it. Mm-hmm. And you'll never even know it.
Yeah.
It's going to take you I think with $100 million, it'll take you about maybe 5 years with $100 million. Mm. I'll give you 5 years with $100 million, moderately spending. Because think about it, you're going to buy a house. You're going to, then you got to maintain the house. You got, all the stuff that come with that. And then clothes and outings. And then if you on that bracket, especially with him, Odell, guess who he going out with? He going out with other celebrities.
Yeah.
You know what that bill is? Yeah. When they go to the restaurant?
Yeah.
That ain't no regular
the wine that the big time wine they're getting.
Yeah.
The food, the lobster.
That ain't no $150 bill. That they bill be shit. They leave a restaurant, it should be damn no less. And then
they flying a lot too. So they paying a lot. They have private jets, or they paying a lot in the air. Going here, going there.
They own jet.
Yeah, that's probably 50 mil right there.
There you go. You know what I'm saying? So that's the whole point. But I like this topic because that's what's going to drive us into a lot of this Diddy conversation we're about to have in regards to this documentary. Take that. Oh boy, man. Were we done with the conversation?
Yeah,
okay. We can roll right into it, y'all. Please, if you stay this long, subscribe, like, comment, subscribe. All right, we love y'all. Please stay here for the conversation. 50 Cent, y'all.
Bama.
He's
a Bama.
Came out. You automatically saying he a Bama.
Yeah, dog.
I'm gonna let you talk first. I'm gonna let you get it off. I'm gonna go off the thing. 50 Cent has been planning this documentary for forever. So somehow he got a hold of footage of Diddy. I'm sure. Here's my consensus on it. I believe, this is what I heard, Diddy did not pay his videographer that he had recording. Because the whole idea for Diddy was, because he documented his life always, even back in Jamie Foxx, he always recorded his life, right? Mm-hmm. So that's what he do all the time. And I think because he thinks so highly of himself that he needs to record every little thing he does.
Damn.
So that's what he did. He had a videographer. He didn't pay him. Now the videographer said, F it, I can get paid. 50 Cent came along, was like, I'll pay you, and hooked me up with that footage. He gave him private footage of the days leading up to him being arrested, and this appeared in the documentary along with many other things that showed up in the documentary from other documentaries from TMZ, just many other documentaries that had came out. Of course, rightfully so, Diddy and his team wants to sue Netflix. Okay, they said Sean Diddy Combs' legal team has escalated their conflict with Netflix, sending a cease and desist letter to the streaming platform. All right, the letter accuses Netflix of broadcasting stolen footage from a documentary titled Sean Combs: The Reckoning. Okay, now y'all know what that means. So, which was produced by Curtis 50 Cent Jackson. Combs' attorney argued that the documentary unlawfully incorporates private recordings without proper authorization, claiming it was a shameful hit piece designed to prejudice potential jurors and irreparably damage Combs' reputation ahead of his trial. The legal team asserts that the documentary violates fair trial proceedings and represents a calculated effort to poison public opinion during a critical pre-trial period. Combs' legal team has also filed an $100 million defamation lawsuit against NBC Universal and its streaming service Peacock, alleging that documentary falsely represents him as a serial murderer and an abuser, including claims of sexual assault, minors, and sex trafficking. And the lawsuit claims that the documentary's allegations have no evidence supporting them and are baseless conspiracy theories. We already know what happens when people say that. Okay, so the situation has escalated, and Combs' legal team threatens legal action for copyright infringement and possession of stolen property if the series is released as planned. Combs' attorney Michael Tremont argues that Netflix approached Combs about creating a documentary in 2023, which he declined due to creative differences. And the legal battle between Diddy and Netflix is ongoing, and both parties vying for control over the documentary and its release. The outcome of the legal dispute could have significant implications for the careers and reputations of both Diddy and Netflix. Now, one more thing before I let Jay go in, because I know he has a lot to say. It says, Netflix has answered back to Sean Combs to say he might want to think twice before threatening to sue the streamer 50 Cent over the Reckoning docuseries. All right? And this is what I'm going to say to 50 Cent. Good job. Good job, sir.
Diddy's lawyers sent Netflix a cease and desist letter about the documentary The Reckoning that's airing today. Here's what you need to know. Diddy says the documentary is unfair and a hit piece by producer 50 Cent, who has a personal vendetta against him. That's not enough to make something illegal, so here are the arguments Diddy's lawyers are making. Netflix played a video of a phone call between Diddy and his lawyer Mark Agnifilo 6 days before his arrest. Normally that phone call would be protected by the attorney-client privilege, but the presence of third parties, including the videographer, is likely an exception to the privilege. So then the question is, was the video obtained lawfully? If not, Diddy may have a claim against Netflix and 50 Cent for a privacy tort. The other potential claims are defamation and false light, and Diddy has already sued NBC Universal for their documentary. Obviously, truth is a defense to defamation, and because Diddy's a public figure, he has to show malice, or that the statements were knowingly false or made in reckless disregard for the truth. There will be allegations about sex trafficking and sexual assault, but another important one as well. The documentary apparently alleges that Keefe D told police that Diddy offered him $1 million to kill Tupac Shakur. Have you watched the Diddy documentary? Let me know in the comments.
Oh,
and I'm going to give it over to Jay because I know he has entertaining things to say about this.
50 Cent, you are the Bama of the week. Now, my problem with, like, okay, yeah, it's a good documentary. Right? But 50 Cent, come on now. You doing too much. I mean, like, are you obsessed with him? Are you mad that he ain't go up in you? Huh?
Oh.
Are you?
That's an allegation.
That's what I'm just saying.
That's an allegation.
Are you jealous? Yeah. Why? You said everything you had to say, and then you want to pay somebody to get all his nice footage that he wanted for the end of his career or whatever, whenever his time is. Now he can't even put it out because you done took his stuff. First of all, 50, don't get me wrong, look, I like 50. I like 50's music. I listen to it. I like his TV shows. Excellent. Mm-hmm. But he got a problem with beefing, calling people out, talking about them. You ain't got nothing better to do. I got a list of people right here that Sean Diddy Combs, top of it. We already know that, right? Rick Ross, the big beef between them two. He was going hard. Mm-hmm. Hot 97, blah, 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 blah. 50 Cent started that. Rick Ross, mind his business. Ja Rule, come on now. Ja Rule, really? Ja Rule, you messing with Ja?
50's petty.
Kanye West.
50's a petty.
Kanye West. Oh, well, Kanye an idiot. But still, why you messing with him? He can't do nothing to you. Floyd Mayweather, Meek Mill, Madonna, Vivica Fox. You know about the Vivica.
Oh, yeah, I'm aware.
Come on,
yeah, I've heard about
a lady, dude. Why? You ain't got nothing else better to do. She did kind of warm him up though.
Yeah.
Because she a hood joint.
Yeah.
So you ain't get away with that one. Marquise Jackson, 50 Cent, eldest son. Mm-hmm. Strained relationship.
Yeah, he was beefing with his son. Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Yep. Nobody up there messing with you about you and your family. Wendy Williams, Lil Kim, The Game, Cam, T.I., Joe Budden, Jim. I go on. This is ridiculous. You ain't got shit else to do. Make your money. You making money. Why you work? You putting this documentary out. 50 went through the court of law. He got his sentence. Shut the fuck up. Leave the man alone. Sit down. The man doing time. And then you gonna take the man's the stuff from the cameraman, right?
Uh-huh.
Okay, you say he didn't get paid. Do we know that for a fact?
Yeah, I mean that's through the grapevine.
See,
he didn't get paid.
Well, we don't know.
And so
but he say that himself.
50 bought the footage from the camera girl.
The cameraman say he didn't get paid.
I don't know. No.
So, exactly. So we just somebody saying it, and then we running with it.
To defense, Diddy has a history of not paying people.
Oh yeah, but that don't mean he didn't pay him. Think about it. My man was rolling that camera a few days before he got locked up. Probably up to that point. If my man wasn't getting paid, why is he still filming all the way up to that point? And now, if he didn't get locked up, Diddy still would have went on with his documenting his life.
Right.
And my man still would have been recording. I mean, I might be wrong. He ain't quit. Oh, you ain't paying me, I'm done.
That's true. I'm unsure. Now
that documentary not just gonna stop right there.
He's gonna have to prove in the lawsuit. Now that he got a lawsuit on him that footage was not in fact stolen footage.
It's stolen footage. I'm looking at the joint yesterday, and I'm like, this is a damn shame. This is his documentary. I'm looking at it. He talking in the camera. He on his phone, and my man follow him. I said, what kind of BS is this? I ain't even hear. This is before I even heard about the whole Netflix and all that. I'm sitting on my recliner, and I'm like, Diddy just sold it. Netflix. And then all of a sudden, I see this the next day, and I'm like, yeah, that's what I thought. Because this is his shit. 50, you taking advantage of this guy.
Okay. Now, to be clear.
And he made money off that.
50 Cent is getting revenge.
Revenge for what?
It's revenge. It's revenge for Diddy somehow taking Daphne Joy from him.
Hold up. Wait a minute. Hold on. You talking about a woman?
A woman.
That's some man. I'm sorry. That's some bitch ass shit. Ain't no man. Men don't do that.
But Diddy have a history of taking many
back in the day,
cutting into many men's
women. Okay. And
you
obviously you ain't had a strong good hold on your girl. What they say, the men back in the day, in the older days, they said, hey, and I'm sorry to say this, but they said, hey, your bitch chose me. I know you heard that.
Yeah.
So yeah, okay, Diddy went and did that, but your girl wasn't strong enough to stay with you. That's just what it is. If y'all love was that bond and that strong, she not gonna stray the nest.
I get that.
Period. Men don't do that.
No, I understand. But 50, who knows the kind of man he really is behind closed doors. He's petty. Clearly,
I got you. He petty,
and he about to he even mentioned in his interview. He said Diddy offered to take him shopping, and that was number one main reason for him.
How do you respond to people who say that it's more about the disdain that you have for Sean Combs than it is for giving the victims a platform?
What they consider a pre-existing beef, right, for 20 years, right, is me being uncomfortable with him suggesting that he takes me shopping, or I looked at it like it was like a tester, like maybe you'll come play with me, type of thing, right? And it's not personal.
I think it's important to also let people know that the show is not completely the perspectives of people that did not like Sean. We weren't trying to just get the highlights, the salacious details, that the real goal was to storytell. And not everyone needed to have an allegation to be a part of this project.
Why he needed to expose and to let people know that his behavior in the industry is not okay, and the rap game does not appreciate nor condone his behavior.
Wait a minute.
That's what 50 Cent
50 better act like that man ain't been pieces of cream his whole career either. He need to stop.
What do you say?
He need to stop. Because eventually, and mark my words, what's today? 12/3/25. Somebody gonna get him.
I mean, yeah. And
somebody gonna get him.
Very well could have.
And when it comes out, I'm gonna be right fucking here, and I'm gonna say, I told you.
I told you so.
Just like him and all the rest of the cronies that's running the skid now. Because Diddy ain't the only one that's doing dirt in that industry, period. We all know that.
Yeah, of course. No, that's real. That is real. He ain't the only one. He got it from somewhere. He started working with Andre Harrell, and he learned the game from Andre Harrell and Clive Davis and all those people he was working around when he was a youth. Right. When he was innocent.
There you go. And you saw the first, he was innocent. Yeah. Just a dancer.
Yeah.
Went out and asked, can he be an A&R? Mm-hmm. He was doing the right thing. Again, when we're not in the industry, but once you get in the industry, you got to follow the rules or the law of the industry.
You do not have to.
You don't have to.
If you
want to get where you need to go,
you got to step on some
heads. Just like the women that trying to get up there, what they doing? They giving a bunch of net because they say, hey, when you get up that stairs, you better give old boy a net. Give him a net and watch what I say. You know what I'm saying? It is. It is what it is.
Okay.
But 50, you trifling. I like the documentary.
Yeah.
He's still trifling. Because you could do the documentary, but do your own shit. Don't take his shit and put it in there and take his shit, and then you go get a bunch of people to talk shit about him on the documentary while he rolling and they're worried about him going to jail and all that stuff like that.
So here's my part, because I do want to start delving into the documentary before we start.
Go ahead. No, I'm done. I'm good.
Okay. Here's the part that does disappoint me about the documentary. Before I get into what is really poignant about the documentary, I'm disappointed that I didn't see anything in the documentary about 50 Cent's experience with him.
Oh, I didn't watch the whole thing, so.
No.
You see, that's the shit I'm talking about.
So that does throw me off. So I'm just throwing that out there from the beginning because I'm not going to go back to that. But I'm going to say that from the start that is what disappointed me. I was looking to see 50 Cent speak about his experience. Did he go to a Diddy party? Mm-hmm. You know, did he, when he talked about when he offered to take him shopping, like, what was the story behind that? What was the story behind Daphne Joy? Because we already know he did a date and maybe potentially participated freak-offs with Daphne Joy. So I wish that experience would have come up in the documentary. That is the only critique that I do have for you, 50 Cent, is that I wish you would have put some of your own stuff in the documentary. Because
he's not going to roll himself under the bus.
Yeah, but he is his documentary. Because technically, the other critique is majority of the stuff that's in it is stuff that I pretty much already seen before. None of that stuff that I haven't already heard, I've already whispered in rumors. So that's the only critique that I do have. But I do like what he did. I just feel like he should have personalized it a little bit more. If it was revenge and if it was coming from him, he should have sat himself in there and got interviewed or somehow came in certain parts and narrated and said, hey, this was my experience and this is why I'm putting this out. That's the only thing I do have. So,
I agree with you.
Okay. Now, from the start, this is my perspective and this is what I see from the very first episode. I see Diddy starting out like any other child person who wants fame and fortune. And then, of course, the story starts with him not being so cool. Maybe he wasn't as cool as he wanted to be. He was insecure, you know. But growing up, even though his dad was a drug dealer, right? And his dad was murked while he was young. So his mother was still living the life that she inherited from the father. Okay, so she was throwing parties, she had money, she was dressing him up in furs and all this stuff. So he already had like this weird grandeur sense of self in the beginning of his life. But as he got older, he was a soft guy. Soft, okay? Meaning that he didn't have a masculine sense of self. 9 times out of 10, that's due to being lack of a lot of good male role models around. Things like that. But he wanted to get into the industry. He was clearly a creative. He clearly was in the music, clearly in the dancing. So he got into it.
Went to Howard University.
Everything.
Threw parties.
And he threw parties. But the first thing that I saw that does make me skeptical is, this is the second documentary I've seen this in, that basketball game that them 9 people got murdered in. Or killed. Now I'm saying nobody murdered them, but he overbooked the damn event. And then people rushed the doors somehow in the event. It was a celebrity basketball game, something like that. And then all these people got murked. And that was the first time where his name started really buzzing. I'm like, that was the first time? But he was working for Andre Harrell at the time. And so for that to be the first time his name buzzing, it's a very gruesome or grim way for your name to come out to the spotlight behind 9 people becoming unalive. I really thought that was suspect. Though it may not have been exactly his fault, indirectly was his fault because he overbooked the event and then told people, no more, you can't come in, and people rushed the door, which would have been their fault. So I don't know, I'm not blaming him, but I think that is a gruesome way for that to be the first time that your name is exalted in the spotlight. right? Because he was known for throwing these really grand parties and stuff. Of course, it's something
it was unfortunate.
He got from his mom.
It was unfortunate. You know what I mean? It happened. I don't blame him either. Of course, yeah, he overbooked, but that don't mean you go rushing. And it's even that ain't the first time. It happened in other places too. It just so happened that he hit him and Heavy D. And Heavy D didn't get the hit because he didn't get up there and stand in front of the media and talk about it. Right. You know what I mean? And give apologies and stuff like that, which he did. Right. So, I mean, what do we do, you know?
Here's my thing, though. It kind of, for me, points into ritual sacrifice. And I'm just going to throw that to the wind there. Okay? I'm just throwing it out there. I'm not going to go too deep into that, but that's what that speaks to me. Because his career after that tends to keep moving forward. He gets fired. You know, this is all in the first episode, y'all. So he gets fired by Andre Harrell because he gets too big for his britches. You know, he's doing good. He's running Jodeci. Mm-hmm. He's running, who else? He had another group. I think Mary J. Blige and Jodeci. Mm-hmm. He had them both. They were both highly successful because of A&R, because he was doing their style. He was bringing like the youthful energy to Uptown. Correct? That's what it was. Bring youthful energy. Boom. Andre Harrell's like, you know, and he's getting big-headed already. He's starting to try to call the shots. Now, that's what I see in that is Diddy became big-headed immediately because he started to be where he wanted to be. So, of course, he started kind of defying Andre Harrell a little bit. You're like, all right, bet. Look, I'm going to go ahead and let you go, but I'm going to let you go with Biggie Smalls, who started out as an Uptown artist at first. Mm-hmm. He let Diddy go and say, hey, well, I'm going to just give you this. Boom, I'm going to give you Biggie. You go do something with it. And so Diddy took his opportunity to produce and to help Biggie become a bigger star. Okay, so this is where all the hoopla in episode 2 starts to arise. When Diddy is producing the music and the style and everything with Biggie Smalls. Okay, because he definitely gets too big for his britches. Now we jumping into episode 2. Episode 2 is all about Biggie Smalls and Tupac. Okay? Biggie Smalls and Tupac, Tupac somehow discovers Biggie, his music, his style, everything. And Tupac is like, I love it. I like it. I want to collaborate. I want to do things, whatever. Let's work. Mm-hmm. But there is talk of jealousy behind Diddy being jealous because he wants to. It seems like Biggie and Tupac are too close for him. And then he also wants to work with Tupac himself and be responsible for his talent. Now, what do you say about that, bro? Real quick, before we jump into what it's all they talking about with that in 2. What do you say about Diddy being jealous? Because they did, I don't know if you say that, of Biggie and Tupac's friendship, what they had going on, their collaborations. Like,
was he really jealous?
Yes, it seems that way.
Because he already had Biggie, he was signed to him.
Yeah, he did.
You know what I mean?
But so he wanted
a friendship is just a friendship. It ain't like it's a business friendship.
Yeah, but Tupac was much more famous than they were at the time.
Yeah, he was. But I mean,
and naturally famous. Naturally, he didn't have to do a whole lot.
I mean, I guess it'll happen, man. I mean,
it can happen in the industry.
Yeah,
especially if you want to be big dude. Just saying.
But I mean, it wasn't like he was a little man either. It wasn't. I mean, everybody knew who Diddy was around the time.
Well, Puff Daddy.
Puff. Yeah, I mean,
Puff. Yeah. He was Puff. He was Puff at the time. Look, Puff.
Yeah. And I called him Puff for a long time. Yeah. It took me a while to get to the Diddy part, but I mean, I guess it happens. I mean, you know, he was jealous. It must have been. It's a reason. I mean, Tupac is Tupac.
But according to episode 2, this resulted in both Tupac and Biggie's unalivings.
Yeah, and they blame Diddy for it.
Oh, it's the proof is in the pudding in the episode. Okay, proof is in the pudding in the episode. So here's how this goes. So brief consensus on that. Diddy is familiar, or he knows this Crip, Southside Crip. What is it? I forgot. It's two different types of Crips that he got to know. Mm-hmm. But through this guy named Zip, who maybe used to know his dad, who was murked back in the day. Okay? And then there's Keefe D, who is in jail right now for Tupac's murking. And Keefe D, that his audio is in the documentary right now, stating that Puff put a bounty on Tupac's head for a meal. Tupac and Suge Knight's head for $1 million. But because only Tupac got murked, only $500,000 was supposed to get paid out. Keefe D says he never received that payment. And you know that trial is about to start. Mm. And that is in that documentary. So I wonder how this documentary is going to affect that trial. Mm. This is where I feel like 50 Cent did this on purpose. Because he literally drove that right in the very second episode. He showed how Diddy gets away with things. Mm-hmm. He showed the ego. He showed him his desire, his need to be famous. And then once he got there, in episode 2 was all about his jealousy and all about what he wanted, where he was trying to go, and what happens to people when you stand in that way, when you stand in the way of where he was trying to go. So you see how his character is looking destroyed in this documentary. That's what the reckoning part is about, right? Because even in the beginning, I forgot to mention, it shows how Diddy, like, he was hugging fans, and then he talked about how, I gotta get sanitizer, I gotta take a bath, touching all these people and all that. You know what I'm saying? Him telling the lawyers he need the dirtiest of the media to come in and help him with his situation. Why do you need the dirtiest? You know what I'm saying? Like, I just think that Diddy is the type of guy that just doesn't play fair because he's never had to. Every time he's jumped in the game, every time he's jumped in and gotten where he wanted to go is because he stepped on a neck. He did something to someone that got him where he wanted to go. Same thing with Kirk Burroughs. That's another person that showed up in this documentary. It's definitely in episode 1, 2. He was in the whole thing.
That's the dreadhead guy that worked for him?
He didn't work for him. He was the co-founder of Bad Boy. He worked with him on Bad Boy. He was the co-founder. He got wiped out because Diddy wiped him out. But he was the co-founder. He was in the beginning. He started. He would go to Kirk Burroughs when he wanted to accomplish something when it comes to the money and everything. So Kirk Burroughs, this is what pissed me off most about the second episode. Kirk Burroughs was there during a Biggie situation, and he set up a concert or something, a tour he had to do in the UK. Well, Diddy calls Kirk and tells Kirk, hey, cancel that. He needs to go to Los Angeles with me, knowing they're telling them, don't go to Los Angeles. We're going to do something to y'all. Mm-hmm. So don't, or not y'all, but to Biggie or whoever, because
don't go to Europe.
Yeah, no, not Europe, not to UK, to LA, to Los Angeles, because it was
before they went.
That was the East Coast, West Coast. Yeah. So UK was where Biggie was supposed to be.
Yeah.
But
once they got to LA, because I thought they was in LA.
They wasn't in LA yet. He called Kirk. You'll see it in episode 2. Kirk and Biggie. Kirk calls Biggie, or Biggie calls Kirk, and Biggie tells Kirk, "Yo, Puff tripping. He telling me he want me in LA." And Kirk was like, "Yeah, Biggie told me I need to cancel it," and he did cancel it because Diddy was adamant for him to go to LA. The same day he went to LA with him when he was supposed to be in the UK. This is when Biggie got murdered. You know what I'm saying? The conversation of Tupac, when Tupac was shot after 5 times at the studio. Puffy called Pop. Hit Pop up, and they like, look, hurry up, get here because we need you, da 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 da. And you could hear Pop in his audio after saying, I never thought about why they needed me so hard, like why they kept calling me, come. And then when I got there, two guns was on me, telling me to get in the elevator, and he got shot 5 times. And Pop says it. I know it was Puff had something to do with it. I know he did. It was Puff studio time. You know what I'm saying? So He pretty much mastermind in separating them. Then bring it back to that book that people say wasn't really real, so-called. In that book, it talks about how Puff wanted Biggie taken out because he was leaving Bad Boy. He wanted him out. So he was going to take him out because he was leaving him. He was ungrateful. Why protect him when he knew niggas was after him? He knew it. You know what I'm saying? And then after the fact, in episode 2, it also talks about, which pissed me off the most, he said, I'm going to do the biggest, grandest funeral for Biggie, but made Biggie's estate pay for it. He didn't pay for it. He made Biggie's estate pay for it. But he not going to tell everybody that. He was like, no. And Kurt Burrows, his coach,
was it so okay? Because Diddy put it together, so it should be his responsibility.
He the one that said we're gonna do the biggest, grandest funeral for him. He did. Why he need the biggest, grandest funeral? He wasn't gonna ask for that. He ain't allowed to ask for that. Don't get me wrong. It probably would have been big enough because he's big. He's Biggie Small, of course, but he chose not to pay for it. Now that is the part that pissed me off the most because he really wasn't, in my particular mindset, a real friend. This whole episode triggered me a lot because I'm like, wow. They had a lot of proof in episode 2 in regards to many had audio. They had people from the past coming and speaking. He had a lot of people who were actually there in the thick of it with Diddy, working with him, coming out saying, look, this is the situation. This is what happened. You know what I'm saying? Like, they had a lot of proof. If you ain't seen it, you need to watch it yourself to really see what they're talking about. That's the part that upset me the most. The part with Cassie and all of that, fine. That makes sense because guess what? Most powerful, rich men like Diddy, they beat their women. They're going to do all the sexual things like they do. But they're going, if they don't do things,
no, I get it. I just,
Not all of them, but
a lot of them.
A lot of them do because
that's what I was like. That's what I always said. Like, yeah, Diddy got caught and all that stuff, but he definitely not the only one to do all the things that they put out there.
Yeah,
there's a lot of them that's hiding, that's doing it, and eventually stuff gonna come out. Eventually, just like all the rest of them.
Yeah, but I think the reckoning for Diddy is important because at the end of the day, I don't know what's gonna come of this. But I think that whole second episode is going to be very important because that Keefe D trial hadn't even took off yet. Nothing's happened with that yet. And Keefe D is testifying in that second episode. So 50 Cent got that, somehow that audio of him telling the feds, look, I was sent to kill Pac. I was sent to murder. Puffy put a meal on my head. Now, what they're going to do with that, on his head, on Pac's head, what they're going to do with that information, I have no idea.
I hope they go live with this trial. I want to see this.
I would love to see that too. I would love to see the trial with Keefe D because here's the thing. Keefe D said he was only incited to even go through with doing anything to Tupac because Orlando Anderson, his nephew, was beat up by Tupac because Puffy sent someone to snatch a death row chain. So beat one of the dudes up from death row, snatch a chain.
At the Tyson fight.
Yeah, so all at the Tyson fight. So all of this was all constructed by Diddy. Diddy set some shit off and said, look, this is what's gonna happen, this is what I need you to do. They did it, and he already had his connection to the Crips. So as soon as they did something to one of the people related to the Crips, boom, they knew what was going to happen. The backlash was going to come. Keefe D had all right to go after him because they beat up, Tupac and his crew, Suge Knight, all of them beat up Orlando Anderson. And along with $1 million. That is what set the whole shebang off. Okay? I personally do believe the story the way that is told because it ain't like 50 telling it. He literally put the proof in there. It ain't nobody just saying whatever. Like literally Keefe D, the Orlando Anderson dude, Kurt Burrows, he was there, and he said that even after the fact, when Biggie got murked, he's talking about how Diddy was saying he wanted he wanted him to change some paperwork up in order for him to retrieve monies. Diddy didn't even want to give Biggie Mama no money from his estate. She was asking for money, saying she needed it. He was like, I can't.
How the hell he get control of the estate?
Because
and not the mama.
Because whenever that's his artist. Imagine, it's a lot of artists today living like that. Yeah, they have insurance on these artists. His estate, whatever money that they make through that record company, it goes through them first. Especially, and it also believe me, there's so many artists. That's why a lot of artists get murked. The record company makes the money off of it because they put insurance on them and everything. So she was asking Diddy for money. He didn't want to give nothing up, and she in the documentary too. Before Russ or so, she's gone now. In peace. Yep. But she's in a documentary too, saying she didn't trust him, and she knew he was no good, and that was also in the book. And people mama know what they know. People mama know when somebody can't be trusted. That's just the truth. So if Biggie Mama was like, no, this dude wasn't right, I don't have no respect for him. I don't appreciate him. That's all she wrote right there. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. It was some such things going on with them, period. But I think episode 2 was really telling for me. I mean, there was a lot of other stuff that was in there with Kalina Harper and the Dirty Money crew. And Kalina Harper seemed like she really did love Diddy. She had a lot of affection for him. I think that Diddy was a charmer. I think Diddy knew how to charm people out of their pants until he showed the other side of himself to them when it came to him wanting the power, when it came to him wanting the control. And that's what I've gathered from this documentary so far, is that he wanted power and control over everyone. Like once he grills you in and gets you in and makes you believe, oh, I'm going to do all this for you. I'm going to give you this. I'm going to give you that. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. I'm going to take you to certain heights. But now that I've done that for you, here's what I need you to do for me. And a lot of times the request is not exactly what the person is willing to do. You get what I'm saying? So now he gets ugly because you're not giving him.
I'm trying to figure out how his reputation, he should have started a reputation of that early. You know what I mean? Even with J-Lo and all that, how he, the whole Shine deal.
Shine went to jail for him.
I got you, but I'm just saying the Tupac, all that stuff leading all the way up, he should have already laid the foundation of his reputation was trash. But people continue to deal with them.
In the industry,
and make that mistake.
In the industry, yes. Because in the industry, there, like you said, he ain't the only person who participates in illicit and in these activities. So you think he's the only mogul or gatekeeper or whatever they consider Diddy?
No.
He ain't the only person that done went and set people up to get murdered. Look at 5 Heartbeats. Look at the 5 Heartbeats. Mm-hmm. What do you think that was about? When a motherfucker end up getting murked because he was like, oh yeah, I'm a go over with Big Red, and because he like, hell no, you ain't taking my group. That's my group. Right. Big Red, all right. And how was Eleanor? Okay, already said. And guess what happened to the dude? That's what happened to the actual manager of the group. He got killed, and then dude tried to get for Eleanor, and he got slapped. But the fact of the matter is, and that's just a watered down version, right? Because at the end of the day, that's a movie, and honestly, I'm sure it gets more gruesome than Eleanor slapping him at the funeral, telling him to get out of her face. Mm-hmm. People had a little more respect back in the day. Mm-hmm. Now, in this case, today, okay, Eleanor was going, just like 50 Cent's joint, Daphne Joy, she was going. 50 Cent didn't die, he nothing happened to him, but she was going. Everybody chick was going. I'll be sure, chick, Kim Porter, she was going.
Yeah, Eric Sermon.
Sermon, EPMD.
Yeah. I was devastated off that one because, EPMD, my favorite group. Yeah. Eric Sermon is one of my favorite. And for him to go in there and whoever the girl is that he was with,
But he had to get the girl because I feel like Diddy was he started out automatically insecure. he had to build himself up that way. If he could get the hottest girl, just like Misa Hilton, you know, that was EPMD's friend. Mm-hmm. I think he wanted her. I think that's what happened, but they weren't actually together. I think that's what happened with that. But he did take, like he set it out to take, even in the book, Tupac girl, he wanted. He wanted one of Tupac's girls too. But he also, I heard he also wanted to smash Tupac. That's a whole different story because that wasn't in the documentary. Okay, so I'm gonna get off of
that.
Damn. But Diddy's an interesting guy. I think that from what I found, I think the documentary, I feel like certain parts of the documentary is going to come back to bite him later on in this Keefe D case. Because I think that's the only other case that they have out. He's not on trial for it, but yet his name is all up in it. Mm-hmm. All because of Keefe D. Now, whether they want to believe Keefe D or now they're going to let him take a plea deal and maybe they're going to put Combs under scrutiny behind what Keefe D said. Now, that's a whole nother story. But understand, yes, this is deep, y'all. Please, but like, let us know if you watch the documentary, like how you feel about that. But honestly, for me, I believe it all. I ain't even gonna lie, because he had too much stuff, too much proof, and I'm like, I don't even know how he got a hold of some of the recordings that was even played in here. And then some of the people who was willing to stand up and say, yeah, man, Diddy did this and did that. Like even Kirk Barrows, his co-founder of what's the Bad Boy, saying he was, by the end of the thing, he was talking about how he actually assaulted him. Now, he claiming not just one time, that he had to continuously do sexual favors with and for him. Now, how do you allow another man to do that?
That's all I'm saying.
That is another story.
How you keep going with it unless you liking it.
Because
and you know get what? Something out of it.
Because Gene Deal, who was Diddy's ex-bodyguard, came out to the Art of Dialogue and he told him that they were lovers. So he said that how can Kirk Barrow come out and say he actually assaulted him when we know them as lovers, meaning we caught them in some compromising positions, you know, in the office, blah, blah, blah. And that ain't the first time that happened. You know what I'm saying? Even Al B. Shore got caught up in a compromising position, supposedly, allegedly, according to the book that had came out on them. So I'm like, it's iffy. It's iffy. But do I believe that Diddy is jealous? Yeah, everybody says he's jealous. And here's what I have to say about that is that I know that what comes along with a jealous spirit is someone who is willing to unalive people. That's just the truth.
Not through his hands, but
not right. It could have been not right through him maliciously. All he got to do is pay somebody to say something or do something, and then boom, it could happen how he wants it to happen. But everybody talk about how Heavy D gone. They saying it's more people. Craig Mack. Mm-hmm. They say Diddy responsible. Heavy D. They say Diddy responsible. Not for real. All these people who work for Uptown, all that. Diddy. They say Diddy is behind all the people going up out of here. Even Kim Porter, who is his son Christian and his twin daughter's mother, he was responsible for her too. That's just the alleged. Not saying that is true, but where there's smoke, there's fire. That's just my opinion. So I think that the reckoning, when he named it that, it's about Diddy finally reaping what he sows. 50 Cent want him to reap what he sowed. Now, I don't know, because I feel like him offering him to take him shopping, I don't know. Honestly, I don't think him offering to take him shopping was enough for him to go out and spend a couple years on a documentary. Right. All the money it takes, all the effort it takes to do this. He got a bigger vendetta against Diddy than we understand. And it ain't just Joy either. I feel like it ain't just Joy. I mean, I don't want to put this on 50, but maybe 50 fell into it too. Maybe he one of the victims. And he just ain't going to say he a victim. No. But you can see how he playing it out, because what man wants it that bad?
Yeah, that's what I'm pissed off about. What he
want it bad.
talk way too much. Come on now.
He want it back. He wants him down in the ground. He want him down. And he was smiling.
But what you...
Why?
But what you... Okay, at the end of the day, okay, what you going to get out of it? You just happiness that he's gone?
Yeah, but okay. So question. So you don't find nothing wrong with him maybe being responsible. This is allegedly.
That's the problem. I got the point. That's the problem. There you go. The word alleged. I'm not going for anything that's alleged.
Yeah, but Keefy D said.
Keefy D said, so said. Facts. Show it to me. Camera, whatever it is, show it to me. He did it. Show him talking to somebody saying, I need you to plan it out. Show it to me. Alleged.
So you feel like Keefy D just went in there and just put it on puppy? That he offered him $1 million
it could be,
to put a price on Tupac's head, and
man,
Kirk Barrow's lying. All these people just lying.
It's been a whole lot said over the past 25 or 30 years.
Everybody just lying on this man. Everybody. You know how many people was in that documentary who he worked with? Aubrey, Kalina. The only person that didn't talk in that bit was Cassie. I didn't see her.
I got a problem with it because this thing happened with Tupac and Biggie in the 90s. And y'all let Diddy live for 20 years untouched, unsaid, do whatever you want to do, and y'all know something, and y'all not going to say nothing then? But you wait until Cassie get beat up and kicked, and then do all this, and now you...
It's about who the y'all is. It's about who the y'all is.
Man,
if people
everybody knows about it. Everybody knows about the Tupac and Diddy and Biggie. Come on, say something. But if you know something, you say they had investigations.
But if these same people are still being paid and working with him, they're not going to say anything.
Oh my goodness!
If they have loyalty to him, they're not going to say anything. If they have loyalty to him, if they're getting paid by him, they're not going to say anything. And then if they know, guess what? If somebody know you are unaliver, you're next. If you say something.
For me, then you part of the problem.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh, that part, I do agree.
You part of the problem.
I agree. Anybody,
if you letting this money, and people left the earth because you are being selfish because you want to get paid, and you could open your mouth and stop other people from getting hurt, you part of the problem.
Facts. I agree. I do agree with that. I forgot to mention that Alexandra Stapleton was the one whose vision went into this documentary along with 50 Cent. So I want to give her props and everything on that. But yeah, no, Jay is right on that. That's what I do agree with. All the people who let him get away with this, like all the people, they ought to be ashamed of themselves, especially Kirk. Mm-hmm. Kirk Barrows. Like now, do you want to be unalived for the sake of being honest? Maybe nobody will believe you. You know, some people are so powerful. Maybe even if he would have come out and said, hey, I know Diddy did it. Yeah. Maybe nobody believe him.
And this is my thing. Y'all coming out talking now, right? Do they believe he's going to get more time? Is that why they're coming out talking?
I think they want to mess with his appeal. I think this messes with his appeal because it's coming right on the heels.
I'm just saying, so the appeal is just cutting his time in half. Or, early. I'm talking about, do they believe he can added time on top of? He's not. This is done. He's not getting added time.
No, I don't
so he's coming out. Y'all gonna get up there and y'all running y'all mouth, your dick suckers, and then he's coming out anyway.
More than likely.
And guess what? Is he gonna be a changed man? You think he's gonna be a devout Christian when he get out of there, or is he gonna be out on revenge too? All people, because he already sat up there before. When they finally kicked his door and all that stuff, and he sat there with his kid and had his little phone. I need this whole list of help. And start naming names. Yeah. And then he go up there and look at this documentary. Already 50, he already pissed. And then you got other people in there. Come on now. His twins are seeing it. His sons, even though they trash too. Yeah. But they seeing it. Come on now. There's people probably still that's by Diddy's side. That's not in jail. That's out here seeing this. You don't think there's going to be more problems still?
I mean, it might be. But at least.
I can see if he had light.
Guess what? But if that trail come up, guess what? His ass is going back in. So he ought to tread lightly.
No, that's true.
Because now the proof is out there. It's deactivated now. He can't hide shit because all his shit has been thrown out there. The alleged is alleged. Him allegedly blowing people up, him allegedly murking people and causing people to be murked is out there now. So guess who they gonna look at? One of these people in this thing get murdered. Just saying. So really, they kind of safe in a sense. Unless Diddy just don't care about going back to jail because he's mad at 50.
Well, you see them having fun in there.
I saw that. I saw that. Boy,
yeah, he might. Some people get. Some people still love it. You know what I mean?
Hey man,
it might be right up his alley. He might like, oh shit, this ain't this bad after all.
Ain't that bad?
Huh? Yeah, and they're smiling and hugged up and eating good and
that's why
feeding his
he
people.
Need to stay in there. That's why he needs to
don't need to stay in there.
He do because what he gonna do out here but do because more havoc.
No, like you said, he got to tread lightly, right?
Well, I would think
and if he want to be out for his kids and do the right thing, he gonna mess up again. He just won't have the same lifestyle that he had before. All that's dead. Now, can he revive himself? Yeah, it's possible.
Revive himself, but here's the thing: why are we? The fact that we have to do horrible things in order to be on top, he will understand that he may not receive all. Because right now he's receiving very light consequences for the things that he's being accused of.
Having sex, nasty sex.
No, murdering people.
But he wasn't on trial for that.
No, he wasn't. He wasn't on trial for that. But his name has come up. His name is coming up in that keeping. I don't give what. His name is coming up in that trial, and some repercussions will be had. And if not in this life, in the afterlife, for sure. If he did it, if he any way responsible, he's going to pay for that. I know that for a fact. That shit really upset me when I watched that second documentary and seeing him every breath you take, dancing shit in your white and acting like you trying it down, all that. No, you ain't mean none of that shit you said. That's how I feel about it, and that's disgusting. And you're a narcissist and a psychopath. That's how I feel about it. And justice needs to be taken into context. And that's all I got to say about that. Any last words, bro?
Oh, man. Free Diddy.
That's crazy. We're going to end this now because clearly I don't even know what to say. Look, we need 1,000 subscribers. All right. If you enjoyed this content, like, comment, and subscribe. Let us know what you felt about the documentary yourself, especially when it comes to episode 1, episode 2. Please, we want your context, and do not forget, we need and want your suggestions on other topics. So put that in the comments as well, or email us, whatever. All right, we love y'all. We appreciate y'all. Peace.